So today I would like to have a little chat with you guys. One of the reasons why I created this platform and also my Instagram was to inspire you and to remind you that you can achieve anything. You just need to have a little bit of faith in your inner strength. You need to be open-minded, love learning, and also you need to transform your weakness into your power. And I would like to talk about some of these transformations that happened in my life. How I transformed what I was thinking was my weakness into my power. Now I was inspired to create this video by the Olay Face Anything campaign that they launched recently, which is essentially a movement that inspired women to share their stories, to share how they faced all those challenges on the road to success. How they were labeled as too ambitious, too outspoken, too emotional, too different, and many others, and how they faced anything. So today I'm extremely happy to be partnering with Olay to share also some of my stories. So as you probably know already, I grew up in Moldova, in Eastern Europe. And I was living in a society that was kind of visualizing women as kind of the core of the family. So that means that they should have kids, they should take care of their kids, they should clean the house, they should cook and be ready with everything prepared for their husband, brother, father, and so on. And I believe all these essentially led to just labeling women. You don't need to be too outspoken, too different, or maybe too ambitious. You should always be like the others and you should follow all the time these unwritten rules. And let me tell you, since a young age, I was kind of a rebel in the sense on this topic. I just had other plans for me. I had my dreams and I wanted to one day accomplish everything I had in my mind. So I was all the time acting against their beliefs. I remember my father said once that I was too outspoken and I should know my place because I was refusing to perform a task that he asked me to perform. But at the same time, he did ask my brother to do the same thing. It was related to something stupid, to cleaning the house, but as always, as per usual, my brother was just laying in the bed while I was doing all the work. And one day I basically exploded. I was just furious. Now after a while he started to balance things out, and not only this, I also was demanding, some things from my brother. I was demanding, him to do some tasks or maybe to help me in some situations. So kind of in the end, if I feel like something is not fair, I will just say it out loud. And even though I was outspoken, that taught me to express myself whenever I feel the need to. If I see that something is not fair, and kind of to fight verbally for the justice from my head. Another thing that I was told when I was younger was that I am too vulnerable. I remember opening up to different people even if I didn't know them so well. I remember crying a lot because I was absorbing all the bad looks or bad words directed towards my persona. So people were saying that I am emotionally weak, and I believe as women we get this thing a lot nowadays, and not only now but especially in the past. Now I had a pretty rough path through my childhood years, my teenage years, emotionally speaking. And that was mainly because I was obese. And especially in Eastern Europe 15, 16, 17 years ago, nobody was kind of like me. I was the only obese person in my class. I was the only obese person in my town. It was kind of shameful to be like that, and people were criticizing me, were making fun of me, or making fun of how I look. So you can only imagine that my brain was pretty messed up, especially because, you know, as a child, as a teenage girl, you don't really learn, you don't have so many life experiences, you don't really learn how to cope with these things, how to block them. You absorb everything like a sponge. So this is why you end up, you know, having maybe anxiety, depression, just a sadness all the time. So I strongly believe that being how I was in the past and going through all those experiences shaped my mentality, shaped my personality, and helped me to find the path to being more healthy, hardworking, and at the end of the day, just being myself. Being vulnerable helped me to understand better people around me, who is there for me and who is toxic. Being vulnerable helped me to work on myself, to understand what I'm capable of, and to constantly just work to achieve everything I had in mind. And of course, with time, I just become healthier, stronger physically and mentally. I finished university, continued my social media career, and I'm just ready to face any new challenges I will have in the future. And after a while, I just understood that I'm actually happy that I went through all those things. I'm happy that I was too outspoken. I'm happy that I was too vulnerable, because those things created me, created my personality, and I should not be ashamed of that. I should not be how everybody wants me to be. I should be myself all the time. I would like to know at the end, what were your challenges, what you had to face, and what is your story, because I believe everybody has a story. We all went through different things, and that's the beauty of it, especially because we can share these things. I am Diana Gourmet, I am too vulnerable, but I am ready to face anything.